This is 3 News Now, your daily update on everything Northeast Ohio with Stephanie Haney.
Hello everyone, welcome back to 3 News Now on this Monday, August 8th. I'm Stephanie Haney here with your top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Thank you for being here for the stories that matter most to you here in Northeast Ohio. These are the stories that you are clicking on, reading, and sharing from our website and from our app. And we start today with a lawsuit that's been filed here by Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost against a defunct Cleveland door company. So they're the owners of this company that is no longer in operation are being sued for about $200,000. Yost says that they accepted nearly $182,000 in payments before completing any work. This is in an announcement from his office today. So the people accused of this are Matthew Petroff of Kent, Joshua Robertson of Parma, and Thomas Denardi of Lakewood, and they are the operators of CLE Door LLC. So this lawsuit has been filed in the Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court, and this is contention that they violated the Ohio Consumer Sales Practices Act and Ohio Home Solicitation Sales Act. So in the lawsuit, the men are accused of taking customer down payments without providing doors or any other service. And they're also accused of failing to inform their customers of the right to rescission, because here in Ohio, certain contracts do have a 3-day window for people to back out of those contracts. Yost said, "This is not how we do business in Ohio. This lawsuit should serve as a deterrent to other contractors who play fast and loose. We'll come down on them harder than a garage door with a busted spring." Harsh words from Yost for these people. So the defendants are also accused of offering to issue refunds of some customers' deposits and then not doing so, and then also just failing to answer customers' requests for refunds, refusing those requests. What we do know is that the office, Yost's office, said between April 27th of 2021 and January 3rd of 2022, 33 consumers filed complaints about the CLE door company with the Attorney General. They did have a storage warehouse in Lakewood, but they didn't have a retail business set up or any fixed permanent location. So in addition to the lawsuit, the men could face criminal charges for these alleged scams. The Brooklyn Police Department has issued warrants for felony theft by deception for Petroff and Robertson, and Petroff has a case pending in Parma Municipal Court. Now, this weekend, there was a Puerto Rican festival taking place in the Clark Fulton neighborhood, and it was a special celebration of Puerto Rican culture here on Sunday, and it did end with a pretty serious incident that happened. A U-Haul truck crashed on Seymour and Fulton, and it hit 2 or 3 women after the festival was over. We don't have updates now as to their condition, but according to witnesses, the injuries appeared to be non-life-threatening. We'll keep people updated as more information is available there. And that was a sad end to what had thousands of people pouring into Roberto Clemente Park to take in the sights and sounds and the culture of Puerto Rico. There's a large Hispanic population here in the greater Cleveland area, and this event, this parade, this festival is also an opportunity for Hispanic people here in the greater Cleveland area to network and see potential job opportunities. According to the U.S. Census in 2019, there are nearly 470,000 Hispanic people in the state of Ohio, and the majority of Puerto Ricans living in Cleveland and greater Cleveland area. So there's a chance for these young people to network, to build careers for themselves, and learn about their culture and their heritage here. So there were lots of people at the events, even a face very familiar to Cleveland baseball fans. Former Cleveland second baseman Carlos Baerga was at the parade and greeted fans during that festival. Now we have a health update for you about monkeypox. A lot of people are wondering about it since it now has been considered a public health emergency here in the United States, with more than 7,500 Americans having had monkeypox as of August 5th. So the question is, can it spread by touching contaminated surface? And the answer is yes, but the risk is very low of that happening. So monkeypox primarily transmits through close, personal, often skin-to-skin contact with people who have monkeypox symptoms, such as rash and sores. That's according to the CDC and the California Department of Public Health. It can also spread, though, by touching objects like fabric, like clothing, bedding, and towels on surfaces that have been used by someone with monkeypox. So lots of cases have been reported, as we know, among different populations, and what we do know is that it's close physical contact that spreads this infection, especially with infected lesions, bodily fluids, or other contaminated surfaces. So right now, the current risk of getting monkeypox in the general public, though, is very, very low. So possible, but the risk is very low. Monkeypox is an orthopox virus, and it can, as I said, it can survive in linens, clothing, and surfaces, particularly in dark, cool, and low humidity environments. Studies are currently ongoing about how long they can survive on these surfaces and how long it will then be possible for other people to be infected as a result of that. Now, the CDC is saying that monkeypox is sensitive to many disinfectants. We will keep you updated as we know more information from the CDC. The CDC says a person with monkeypox can spread it to others from the time symptoms start until the rash has fully healed and a fresh layer of skin has formed, and the illness typically lasts 2 to 4 weeks, so that's going to be that contagious period as well. Speaking of things that are contagious, the Summit County Public Health Department is offering drive-thru COVID-19 vaccines. This is in response to the recent rise in COVID-19 cases. So the clinic will be available on Tuesday, August 23rd, and that'll be on Market Street, 1867 West Market Street. That's in Akron from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The vaccines that will be available are Pfizer, Moderna, and Novavax. That's in accordance with CDC guidelines. So Novavax will be offered as a primary series. If you've ever had a previous COVID-19 vaccination, you are not eligible to receive Novavax. The county said this in a news release. This is only for people who have never been vaccinated against COVID-19, the Novavax. The boosters are for people who have already been vaccinated, and those include Pfizer and Moderna. So first and second booster shots of Pfizer and Moderna will be offered to people 50 and older, ages 12 and older, or 18 and older if you are moderately or severely immunocompromised, and if you've received a Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine for your first shot and booster. Walk-ins will be accepted. Now, if there's a line of cars, the county is saying please make sure that you do not stop on railroad tracks, and keep in mind that masks are required at all Summit County Public Health Department vaccination clinics. So anyone with questions can call 330-926-5795. That's Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. if you have questions. Now we turn to the Brooklyn neighborhood here in the greater Cleveland area. There's a new Amazon delivery station that has launched, and this comes after the news of other buildings from Amazon in Cuyahoga County area. That's including a fulfillment center in Middleburg Heights. So what we know about this new station is it's located at 10575 Memphis Avenue, and according to Amazon, it will create great job opportunities that pay an average starting wage of $18 per hour and offer a variety of benefits from day one. Now let's turn to sports, because we do know that last week the NFL filed an appeal of the 6-game suspension for sexual assault for Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson. And so then the NFL Players Association filed a response to that last week. So this week, after Roger Goodell, commissioner of the NFL, appointed attorney Peter Harvey, who serves on the NFL Diversity Advisory Committee, to hear that appeal, we will wait and see if that decision comes out this week. And so that presents the possibility that Deshaun Watson will be suspended indefinitely for at least 1 year. That's what the NFL was asking for, and that's what they're asking for again in this appeal. So if that happens, we know that the Browns could potentially have some things they need to look at in the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation. So one of the things that's being talked about is the possibility that Colin Kaepernick could be signed by the Cleveland Browns. Now, some things to think about here. He has not been with a team for 5 seasons. He did work out with the Raiders. He also had been working out with some former Cleveland Browns players. So we'll see what happens there, but if you want to take a look at the analysis on the possibility of that, head to WKYC.com for that article from Ben Axelrod, our sports analyst, also breaking down the possibility of the Browns ending up with the quarterback for the 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo, or just continuing with what they have in the quarterback room right now, which would be Jacoby Brissett. And we do have some breaking news in from our digital team. What we know is that singer and actress Olivia Newton-John has passed away at the age of 73. This is according to her Facebook page that she died peacefully at her ranch in Southern California. She was a Grammy winner. Of course, many of us know her from her starring role as Sandy in Grease, and our hearts are going out to her family and loved ones today. Again, singer and actress Olivia Newton-John, this is breaking news, has passed away at the age of 73. More news related to Los Angeles, LeBron James is now eligible for an extension with the Lakers, and that could mean some things for the Cavaliers. So he would, at the end of this season, if he doesn't sign another extension with the Lakers at the end of this upcoming season, he could be eligible to become a free agent and do what he wants. Now, if he does sign an extension with the Lakers, he's eligible to sign a $97.1 million extension. That would keep him with the Lakers through the 2024-25 season. So something that could potentially happen there. But another thing that could happen is he could sign a shorter extension and potentially become a free agent after the following season. After that, he could potentially be free the same time that his son, Bronny, would be eligible for the first year in the NBA. And LeBron James has made no secret of the fact that his last year in the league will be spent playing with his son. Now, who knows when that last year will be? Might not necessarily be the year that Bronny is drafted, if he is drafted into the NBA. But it does present a possibility that the Cavaliers could have a homecoming from LeBron James, and he sort of teased that idea when he was here for the NBA All-Star Week, which was here in Cleveland this year, and he talked about him potentially being the third All-Star for the Cavaliers if you really think about it, and he said he hadn't ruled out coming back to Cleveland, but what's most important to him is getting to play on the same team with his son Bronny. So he says wherever that is, that's where he wants to go. It seems like he's timing things up to make that work for him. Now, speaking of the big leagues, we have an update on the mustard situation at Progressive Field for the Cleveland Guardians. We do now know that the Cleveland Guardians have optioned mustard, the mustard hot dog, to the Lake County Captains. They posted about it on social media. Now, this is a very controversial topic, and our Austin Love has been investigating the fact that mustard has not won a single hot dog race yet this year. And because of his performance, and they also say because of his tantrum throwing attitude, mustard has been optioned to the Lake County Captains, and they have a game on Tuesday at Classic Park at 6:35. They'll be hosting the Fort Wayne Tin Caps, and that's where mustard will be until the Guardians say he can get his act together. Again, there was a game on Sunday, and Mustard didn't win again, so I guess that was the last straw for the team. We will stay on this developing story. Austin Love will certainly have updates for us. All right, that's it for your 3 News Now update today for Monday, August 8th. I will see you back here tomorrow with more 3 News Now.
Thanks for listening to 3 News Now with Stephanie Haney from WKYC Studios. Subscribe now so you never miss an update, and find more on everything you heard here on WKYC.com and in the WKYC app.